Yeah, just guys, seriously, let's have fun and let's finish this thing. Let's make another one. This is really great. It's much more, maybe not fascinating, maybe not exciting, but something new. Forget about the rewards. As a matter of fact, at least in my part, I don't really care about the rewards. I don't really care about the status. I don't really care about being in the Hall of Fame or anything. I'm just doing it because it's fun, and we all have our jobs, we all have our lives to live, and if we can put something beautiful, something good into it, all the better. We got enough problems already, and yeah, it's just one way of getting rid of your problems. None of us are saints, no one's insane, and everyone's equally good. It's just that we're much better. We can see, we have this vision. We can feel what other players are gonna do, and you're gonna have to outsmart us. Don't beat the wall with your head. Don't think it's just 1 or 0, computer language. You gotta think. You gotta adapt. You gotta outthink us. And yeah, good luck with that.
Alright, 2 elephants have been bribed already.
That was a huge move there by Immaculate, but he gets the cap sack and, kills a heap of units.
This is the kind of fight that I was expecting at this level.
Lots of bribes going down right now, but the scouts going crazy.
Perfect timing. That's the perfect time. These guys are going to take the Lakota city. Look at that. Oh my god, Sims just lost his capital. I cannot believe it. Alright, yeah, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? What's happening here? It's a triple. They are going to triple Dragonio. Dragonio has no clue. Dragonio's capital is going down, no doubt about it. Kron has got all his militia right there.
I'm a huge fan of Young One.
Young One came with 3 spies. That's enough to change the flow of the game.
Would you say EL is more of a democracy or dictatorship?
It's either I play or I don't play. I've been playing pretty good lately, so watch out there.
Oh my god, just look at Zen Mechanics today. He just went for Science 5. Oh, and TNT just decided, F my city, I'm gonna help that. This is a slap on the face for anybody who said the game was over. That was the best comeback ever in the history of Rise of Nations.
It was neck and neck, man. It could have went either way. Honestly, it was really close.
Hey guys, what's up? It is your boy Kron here, and I'm with you with a very intelligent human being.
Oh, yes sir, yes sir.
The one and only PLAs, and we are here bringing you another exciting match of Nomadium 2 in the Super 16. And for this particular match, I'll pass over to you, PLAs. Who are we going to see playing tonight?
We're going to see PLA KungFus versus AS Phoenix. You all know PLA KungFus from the Rise of Plebs tournament, I think. And AS is a pretty solid team, so it's gonna be an exciting matchup as always.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a good one too, because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't actually seen any group elimination matches yet in the tournament. So as you can see on the screen right now, we've got the different bracket groups here. We've got Tough Beta versus Lat Raiders, PLA KungFu versus AS Phoenix, Eurolat versus AZ Hunters, and AS Chimera versus Team Gay. And all those matches, unfortunately, all those teams lost in the first match, which means that it's now sudden death. And basically, it's either you put up or you shut up. You go big or you go home. And this is the first time we're going to cast where one of these two teams will be basically punted from the tournament, and one's going to carry on to the final playoff match.
Yep. A quick correction. Yesterday we actually had to let go of Tough Beta again, I think, against Lat Raiders. So this is going to be the second time. We'll see. We'll have to let the team go out of the tournament.
Actually, yeah, you're very right. And I think I was sleeping at the time, but I did catch up on that.
That explains. Yep.
Earlier today. That's so unfortunate though. I mean, that's a pretty big upset, I think, in a way. I mean, not necessarily an upset, might not be the right word, but I feel like Tough Beta, a lot of people had high hopes for them. And first casualty of the Super 16 here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The public opinion of Tough Beta was always good. They were always seen like the little brother of Tough Alpha, which is like seen as one of the best teams. And yeah, So in the end, actually, congrats to Lat Raiders. They did a wonderful job. I'm also kind of happy for them because they pulled it through. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was very well done. Obviously, the Latin American guys are not suffering around this tournament so far. They're putting really strong showings across the board. And before we get into the game, I thought we'll just jump into have a quick look at the player lineups and just give a quick background on the teams in the tournament so far. So we can see we've got PLA KungFu versus AS Phoenix. Essentially, PLA KungFu came through the qualifiers. They're battle hardened. The funny thing is they actually played against AS Phoenix already, which I'm not sure if you remember this match. They played on Sahara, I believe it was. In the
something vaguely.
Yeah.
Something.
And I know I had I think I was casting it with Jatin, so I remember it quite well. But essentially, what happened there was, I think, from memory, there was a player who built their city in a bad position. They had no caravan route, and the PLA guys just took full advantage. So I feel like this is going to be a really interesting game. I honestly, typically, you would have thought historically that AS has the leg up here. They're kind of like a more well-known kind of group of players, Spyrodon, Duzzles, and they're both, very long-term players. And Eat the Pair is probably like a candidate for most improved.
It's a new prodigy, man. I swear, he's good. He's not a joke. Yeah, we got a new player in town. Also, in that first matchup, would you say it was kind of close, or because you said that PLA did exploit some mistakes from AS?
Yeah.
So what could we expect this game? You think PLA might have improved a little or changed their game style specifically for AS?
Well, I think if I was to break down the last game from memory anyway, without watching it again, what happened was it seemed like the PLA guys just played like the ultimate kind of adaptive, reactive, and almost robotic kind of style. Like they just did everything right that they needed to, and it's just that intuition that they had, and I think the difference between that PLA squad we saw versus the one we saw in the round of 16 where they played against who was it? I think the other PLA team actually was they simply had different lineup. So in the qualifiers they played with Wolf, Soul, Old Cat. I think they're their three like gun players, whereas HH and Venator played in the first round of 16 game, and they, no offense to HH and Venator, but they don't seem to give me as much inspiration in their skill level. So
okay,
I think what I'd like to see AS do though, they definitely have the skill and the ability. Perhaps they just need to come in here and make sure that they're all on the same level playing field. Play with a calm head. Have a sense of purpose in what they do, because that's kind of what they were lacking a little bit in that qualifying game.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, so let's jump straight into the match. So I'm at the 2-second mark actually. So
yep.
If you're ready to go,
I'm ready, sir.
Let's get this show on the road. Alrighty, let's see if my hotkeys are working. Alrighty, we're in. So I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yep.
Alright, and guys, feel free to comment and ask any questions as we go in this game here. So we have got, as we said, AS Phoenix versus PLA KungFu. This is a best of 3 match, and whoever loses here is out of the tournament. Whoever wins does go on to play in the final playoff for the Super 16. So I'll just bring up the nations quickly first of all, and we can go through them. So as we can see on the scoreboard here, we've got PLA have picked from tier 1 down to tier 3. They've gone Japanese, Bantu, and Indians.
While correct.
While AS have gone for Japanese, British, and French. So you can already see that both Japanese on both sides here, but the real difference is in the tier 2 and tier 3 nations. And just a reminder for everyone on the map here, we are playing on Aussie Outback, which is I'm really excited about, personally my favorite map. What do you think of the change here between the tier 2 and tier 3 choices?
Honestly, I like the PLA nations more. Like, obviously Japanese is a no-brainer by now on this map. For obvious reasons, just Japanese are super fast, they have fishing benefits and all that stuff. But like for Dazzles, I don't like the French because I don't think that this map has synergy with the French, because French is kind of aggressive. I mean, why wouldn't you take French on a map like Sahara, for example? I think that would be a better pick. But British is fine, nothing wrong with British. I just don't really like the French pick, and I think Bantu is nice on this map because, you know, it's partly a sea map, so the land is limited. And having Bantu, you can really push the borders and take control of all the rares, and you can deny mountains because of the 3 cities early on. So that's why I like Bantu. Also raiding. And Indians is just a good boom map, and this map is very well suited for booming. So that are exactly the reasons why I like PLA's pick more. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. I mean, I feel like AS, by picking French here, they're almost pigeonholing themselves a little bit into playing with an aggressive mindset and style. Mind you, I mean, there's different ways to play French. And on this map, thankfully, with so many fish around, you've got the luxury of being able to go commerce too and go for a despot, which is super strong with obviously the French healing, etc., etc. But I mean, like you said, you know, British... excellent booming nation. The archers are also a really nice counter to early aggression. So I tend to agree. I feel like if I was to pick one set or the other, I'd probably lean towards PLAs, but it is fairly close.
Yeah, for sure.
And if we just have a quick look at the setups here, probably the closest action we can see is really close cities between the Japanese player Eat the Pair and PLA Wolf here.
Yeah, the Japanese player is a bit unlucky with his wood. It's only a +4 and pretty exposed for green. Yeah, if you see it at the bottom there, it can be easily raided. But yeah, let's see what he does about it.
Yeah, that's really unlucky there for the Japanese guy. But I mean, at the same time, it looks like he walked a fair distance to go into this position. Always a little bit of a risk reward to doing so on Aussie Outback, because all the wood is generally around the edges, right?
I mean, yeah. Also, as if he walked there on purpose, maybe that's already a clue into what AS is planning to do, and that is a aggressive push, maybe a classical rush. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see if the AS guys come up with, you know, like a set play, like they say in football. Like essentially they've practiced a certain strategy and they're going to come in here and execute it, as opposed to, you know, the general style, which is just to come in and just play reactive based on what's in front of you.
Yeah.
Down the bottom left here, we've got Old Cat as Japs versus Spyrodon as a British player. It looks like this should be a good match between the two of them. I feel like Old Cat's really shown himself to be one of the PLA bright sparks lately. Do you remember when Old Cat was a metaphor for a noob, basically?
I remember the exact words and all that. I think I remember the stream, like in my head. My memories are very clear. I remember the game, but I think he's not that old cat anymore. He's a new cat, new old cat. So
he's
looking good, man.
Middle-aged cat, maybe.
Yeah, and also it shows because the team trusts him with the tier 1 nation on the first map of this important matchup. So I think that does mean something.
You can see that the AS guys have not scouted Silk yet. For their sake, hopefully they do, because I mean, Silk on this map, I would say, is probably my #1 wishlist rare, up there with Sugar as well, which they also have scouted. So already some decent rares in the mix here for AS. It's certainly going to help their cause.
Also, check out the move by Eat the Pair. I kind of like it. He went for Civics 1 because he scouted that woodcutter's camp by Wolf, and with the second city he denied pretty much all of it. And this is quite annoying, being Wolf. He has to look for some new forest to exploit.
Wow, yeah, that's an excellent move there. Wow, that was it achieved two purposes there. Firstly, it secured the wood for himself, and also basically that's gone down to 3 woodcutters now. And yeah, you can see that Wolf's timbering comes down to 40 at this early stage of the game.
Yeah. And I mean, now they have diamonds in Iteper's territory, which is a nice bonus on top.
Yeah, that is really nice. You can see that there's gems smack bang in the middle here. I'm not sure who's going to be able to claim that, but whoever does, I feel like gems is a really underrated rare on Aussie Outback too, because, you know, border pushing and trying to get those mountains is so important.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one to control, and I think it should be in AS's control eventually. I see that, you know, Old Cat, he has his barracks up. He went mill 1 after com 1. Let's see. He seems to be heading for Silk, but nothing there yet. And I don't think he will find any easy target yet, because the woodcutter's camp for Spiridon is pretty back. So his only chance would be Silk. So I don't think this is necessarily worth it unless he can raid in the back. But yeah, I don't really see any openings yet.
Yeah, you can see the merchants about to pop out here of the market, but actually Spiridon's heading further north, getting the sugar first. So good timing there. Yeah, the bowman does show himself, and yeah, the element of surprise is gone now for Old Cat. So I don't mind the move. It's certainly good to put that aggression on and deny Silk early game, but I feel like Spiridon, if he wants to use that Silk, he's going to be able to at some point. He only needs to use it for a second, right?
Indeed. So yeah, but I mean, it's fine being Aussie. Old Cat has enough food incoming. Like, he doesn't really need the second city, so I guess it's not as devastating.
Yeah, that's so true. And if we have a look at Wolf here, he has got his woodcutter camp up behind now. He has 7 woodcutters there, so it was a bit of a setback, but he's back on his feet again now.
Yeah. And yeah, it seems like PLA went for like a hard raid game, I guess. Both HH and Wolf went for military after calm, and HH has a bit more success, I guess, because he denied all that wood from Iteper. Well, it was only a +4, but yeah, actually Iteper has wood problems. He doesn't really have any big forest nearby.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even that wood that he captured, it's kind of risky to use that. He's got his woodcutter camp right at the top there, though, which has 6 woodcutters. Yeah. Hopefully he keeps that, because it's very susceptible to a raid.
Yeah, but Iteper only got his barracks down right now, and yeah, I see. This is great. This sugar raid is very great.
Yeah, really nice raid there. Not just killing the merchants, but denying sugar has such a cumulative effect.
Yeah.
I like the way PLA's playing this so far. Like, they all seem to be playing a similar style, but it's just like your ABCs of Bron, right? Like, you know, get your mill fairly early, send some raiders out, put the pressure on, put your other opponents on the back foot, and then just kind of cruise from there.
For sure. I think AS made a mistake I mean, their barracks was very late. Iteper is the only one that has a barracks right now. And I think one player on this map should go mill in either case. For example, for my game, Jatin went for mill as early as possible, and he defended us from the raids. So I think that's a good tip. In a tournament game, it's almost certain that the enemy will try to raid your rares. So at least have one player ready to defend from it. And yeah, PLA caught AS off guard a little.
Yeah, no, I agree. And look at this raid at the top right here as well. This is really well played here by Wolf. He's denied that wood. Essentially, he's already built a second city, which is covering that wood, and also he's raiding it hard with those Bantu units.
And he's placing his third city right next to that wood, so it's going to be completely denied for... yeah, you see it right here.
Yeah, wow. It was already down to only 2 wood. He's going to make sure it goes down to 0 regardless. And you can see that Eat the Pair has already basically deleted that. So he's raised his woodcutter camp, and I think wood's going to be an ongoing issue. Does he have another woodcutter camp? I think he might. Oh, he does have one behind, so it's probably a good decision.
Yeah, still a bit of a pain in the ass for the long-term game, because when you want to get the lumber mill upgrades, yeah, you don't have a city nearby. So yeah, that's an issue. Also, a key moment we kind of missed is Dazzle's second city. It's a nicely placed. It was placed next to Ethiop's cap. Kind of splits up PLA, so this is an issue for PLA. And also, I feel like AS have more map control, which gives them more good rare control. They won't have metal problems. While, you know, Old Cat has only one mountain. HH is fine, I guess, but Wolf is also in a bad shape in terms of metals, so actually I think AS is looking good despite losing some rares.
Yeah, I think
merchants.
It's pretty evenly poised here. Big moment in the game as well, or it could turn out to be a big moment. You can see that PLA Old Cat as Japs here is going for the Colossus. I like the move to build the Colossus. What I don't like though is his positioning of the Colossus itself. It's really exposed right at the top there, and that is so susceptible to getting siege down. You know, especially in gunpowder or medieval, like even in classical age, to be honest.
Yeah, dude, like it could get sieged from up top easily, from Salisbury, from that direction. Yeah, I should have put it down, you know, more below the city.
Yeah, below the city would have been good. And just in case there's any new players watching this, another tip I'd say is always build your Senate facing your opponent and build your wonders behind, because your Senate, if your opponent destroys your Senate on the way to destroying your city, that's a good thing. And also it blocks their units from attacking you in a smooth, straight path.
The Senate is the closest thing you have to a wall in this game, so use it wisely.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you don't have walls like in Age of Empires, so you have to improvise other ways. Let's you know, kind of talk about the rares, even though I'm sure we're gonna come to the conclusion that AS has the better rares.
Yeah.
I see for Spyrodon, he's using Silk, First, Sugar. Yeah, 2 library rares, and Sugar is just a great rare in any case. Diamonds, it's Towered, and yeah, I see some merchants going there, so it's gonna get some gold income soon. Yeah, on the other side, PLA. Wow. Whoa, they have Pappy, but they haven't scouted it. Pappy's on Delhi, man.
Oh man, that is rough.
That's sad. I mean, and then they don't have much anyway. Like they have wine, they have relics, but on their own, all their rares aren't that much. Aren't as good, I think. Yeah, they're not very good.
Oh, you can see some elephant raids here from HH.
That's quite an advanced thing to do, actually. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I like this lineup from PLA. I haven't seen a lot of HH, but I know Old Cat and Wolf, I've seen enough for me to be pretty high on them. Like, I think they've got what it takes to hang with AS for sure. You can see that Old Cat's finished his Colossus now too, so how many fish does he have? He's got 5 fisherman ships at the moment. You can see that another thing too is that Spyrodon's gone for Despot here. Must admit, I'm not used to seeing Spyrodon go for aggression in the early game. I think in the last game they played, I think Jatten made a comment that Spyrodon normally doesn't attack before Gunpowder Age. So this is going to be an interesting kind of dynamic between British versus Japs with Colossus now. But like you said earlier, I mean, great city positioning here by Duzzles. I mean, they have such an opportunity to split up PLA and basically double and probably snipe that Colossus if nothing else.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what Duzzles is up to, because yeah, the double would be perfect. Like that would be the perfect game plan strategy, because yeah, the Japanese player just went for Colossus. He's doing fine, but he is kind of, you know, because of that Colossus, he will be a bit slower, and they know that. So I hope Spyrodon comes over. That would be perfect.
Yeah, or Duzzles comes across from the middle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Rather Duzzles.
Yeah. And one thing I'd say too is, like, I mean, the PLA guys need to recognize this, and HH's job here is basically he needs to apply pressure constantly on Duzzles to avoid that occurring. Because if he doesn't, and Duzzles, you know, builds a castle and towers in the middle, you know, exactly what we said is going to happen. And AS should be able to take advantage, although a little bit possibly sloppy here by Spyrodon. He's maybe getting a little bit too anxious. He lost a siege and has also lost, nearly lost an archer.
I mean, it's tough playing against a Jap player and being despot. Like, the Jap player with Colossus can spam archers all he wants, and I see HH coming over. Perfect play, man. So at least he's gonna give Old Cat that little push in his back to survive this, and after that, Old Cat should be fine. What's Duzzles up to? He is coming over as well now, but a bit too late, I feel like.
Yeah, Duzzles is despot as well.
I don't know, man.
He did go
all these
Com2,
despot.
Yeah, Com2 despot though, and as French,
that's better though. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
And having diamonds, it's plus 165 commerce cap, so that's really fine.
Yeah, wow, that's insane. that's better than a Senate, and he gets healing as well. So and plus plunder. So I mean, I like the move. It's just it's going to come down to execution. I feel like this is a classic case though, where long term, if they didn't attack each other and just sat back, PLA should have the long term advantage here. I feel, but
yeah,
it's kind of like if AS need to push it and make something happen and at least damage PLA to keep kind of knocking them on the head so that they stay on even terms. Because if they sit back and play too passively, then, you know, with Colossus and Japs, we all know what happens. They call it a Colossus army for a reason. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. But at the same time, I don't know. I was inclined to say that AS missed their time window, but if I look at the libraries, like Spiridon is ahead of Old Cat, and Spiridon's economy is pretty much similar, even though he's a despot. That diamonds really helps out when you're British and despot. I mean, it doesn't really affect you as much. So I don't know, man. Spiridon looks good here.
Yeah, he does look good. I just saw in the chat too. Hey, young one. Hey, Olam. Hey, I think that's Fringe, Demon. It's like half of AZ in the chat.
Nice.
Angelo, Vikas, and Dangerous Dave. Hello, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see that French Duzzles is attacking here. Look at that army composition from HH. He's got like so many archers, and he just upgraded them too. So good move there. Good investment.
Yep.
to get the upgrade. And I mean, the thing is though, if you look at his tech, he's just gone for a standard, you know, Age 2 Civic Mill. He's up against Duzzles here, who's got Commerce 2. Oh, sorry, my Hey Siri just activated for no reason.
It's the government.
It must be the government, man. They're trying to shut us down.
Yeah. Unauthorized casting activity. Imagine.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, it's like, sorry, you're meant to be in quarantine. You're not allowed to be casting games right now.
Yeah. We don't know the type of how the virus works. It may be transferable through online activities.
Online. Oh man, that would be scary. Let's hope that the one thing that we all hold dear to us, which is playing online games, should be the one thing.
Yeah, the one thing that keeps us in this life, in this existence.
Exactly. But wow, there's a lot of action going on all sides here. It looks like big move here though by Duzzles potentially. He is coming down. He's faked the attack on HH, and now he's coming down around to basically double Old Cat.
This is where that split thing we talked about comes into action.
Yeah, perfect play. Yeah. I mean, he faked him out, and HH had no choice but to retreat, and now he's basically toying with him. Only one tower here, and that Colossus is super exposed. You can see HH just sent 174 metal, realizing that he can't help him in person, so he'll help him with resources if nothing else. But wow, great move here by AS.
Yeah, a very great move. And also Spiridon is aging, and actually Old Cat is kind of in a tough spot. He needs the food to age, but he doesn't. Yeah, he'll have to spam units probably, and he still doesn't have his civics level 2, so his age will suck.
Yeah, it's going to come down to this despot death ball they got going at the moment. Oh man, I like Duzzle's play actually. The fact that he's got healing, makes this so much stronger. But he is running away, so maybe his units are.
The upside here is for HH, he's medieval age already, and so he can really push both players back. I feel like they can push both players back.
Oh wow!
With some good micro.
Yeah, and look at this
militia pull.
I really like this militia pull. The greatest way to kill a despot army is just bring all your militia and just cut the head off the dragon, so to speak. And if they can get a knockout punch on this army, it sets up PLA really, really well for the rest of the game. And look at that, both teams like kind of hesitant, but in a good way, running back when they know that they're in trouble. But I feel like PLA probably came out of this stronger. What do you think?
I think yeah, like Kanazawa wasn't of that much importance, and I don't know. I thought Old Cat was getting Stirred City for free, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I think yeah, this is fine. Only sad thing is that HH didn't really punish Dazzles for his little adventure. I feel like he could have captured that city of Bayonne because it's unprotected, no tower there. He just should have sieged it down and spammed some units, but it's all good.
Yeah, that's
man, look at the dirt city for Dazzles. He's trying to completely cut off everything.
Oh my god, that's close, 97%. Oh, that was very, very lucky there for HH. It looks like he's just denied that. Whether he'll be able to deny it permanently, though, is the question. Because, I mean, Dazzle's is just going to let it sit there until he gets some more citizens, maybe.
Meanwhile, on the other side, man, Iteper, his capital is getting sieged down by the Bantu player, and the Bantu has quite a substantial army. I like what he's doing, but Iteper is doing very fine in terms of economy. 190 food incoming, 210 gold incoming. I bet that's more than the closest player. It is. So, man, the other Japanese player is getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it does seem like, I mean, Bantu here appears to have the upper hand. You can see Old Cat here is just in a one-on-one now against Spyrodon. I feel like Spyrodon might be getting a bit over-ambitious here.
Yeah, there are a lot of archers by Old Cat.
Yeah, lots of free hits. Although he is outranging them with his longbowmen, but it's tricky here. It's hard to say whether this is the right move or not until we see the outcome of the battle.
Look at this. Look at Nara, man. It's seems to be another double, but this time Dazzles is faster with the rotate. I might be ahead of you slightly, but yeah, there he goes. HH.
Yeah, you can see Nara here is under siege. I'm at the 21-minute mark right now.
Yeah. I'll fix it.
And you can see that Wolf is coming in from the top. Meanwhile, yeah, Dazzles is rotating across. Looks like they will be able to reinforce that city and hold it. Although Wolf has quite the Bantu army right now. Needs to be careful not to throw his units away there.
Yeah. Man, Dazzles is pop capped and his army isn't that large, so I feel like PLA really has a chance right now. And there's a lot of economy for Iteper as well on that city, so this is an important one.
And Iteper is about to get his mill 3 here, and will be able to get his armor upgrade shortly afterwards. But the city does go down there, so wow, that could be a pivotal moment in this match. We'll see how it continues to play out, but denying those resources, you can see that Iteper's economy jumped down from that excellent eco you talked about of 200 down to 144 each. And they really need to try and retake that so they can use those farms again if he wants to bounce back.
They need to, that's for sure. Okay, Mill 3 coming in for PLA HH, the white player. So I like it. He's gonna be able to pump out a lot of units. He doesn't have a castle yet, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's so true. He's just getting it for the pop cap at the moment. There's nothing more frustrating when you're trying to spam a big army and then you don't have a castle, and it's almost like it feels like, where do you get the metal from to build it? You need it for units in the heat of the battle sometimes. But yeah, you can't neglect those tactics research. You can literally change the course of the game So yeah, it's going to be in Eat the Pair's advantage too. The fact is he has got his castle getting sieged right now, but he managed to sneak in his upgrade first. So that's something that's going to help him out in any battle that comes up.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Also, I feel like Old Cat, he isn't doing that well being Japanese and having colossus. But you know, Japs and colossus, it should work out in the end. We'll see. You never know how fast he's able to bounce back from this. But yeah, I'm just saying this because it's good that PLA is winning the other side, because Old Cat, not that he's losing, but I don't know. I feel like he's lagging behind in terms of wealth and his tech.
Yeah, I think Old Cat, he took a little bit of a bruising earlier on when those attacks came in. But I mean, obviously he's well and truly stabilized now. He's got a heap of crossbowmen sitting there garrisoned in his city. So his army is probably misleading in its size.
He actually has a big army. He's fine. I'm sorry. It's this moment where the Colossus starts to play its part, and yeah, he can spam scholars, he can spam units. While as you see, I think Spiridon. Well, okay, he went military, but he will be easily pop capped soon. Also, it seems like they actually are going to be able to control Nara, which is tremendous.
Yeah, that is a huge
so
breakthrough.
far.
I mean, look at this map so far. It's kind of like a circle around this middle city of Bayonne. It's just like the last frontier for the AS guys.
Yeah.
Well, we can see an attack there, a counter-attack here by the AS guys. They figure now is the time to strike. And as Duzzles walks in with his Despot healing French army, meanwhile Eat the Pair's got his upgraded armor units as well. This is going to be interesting. I don't know who's got the upper hand here, but it looks like whoever blinks first and Wolf runs away.
Ooh.
AS is doing well. It's really working out well for AS so far.
Yeah, Wolf wasn't fast enough with the tower and repair, but yeah, it was tough. It would be tough to hold in any case. And
yeah,
actually, man, this is another turn of events because PLA lost a lot of units, man.
Man, that was disastrous.
They both lost all their armies, so it's back again into the camp of AS. What a crazy game.
I feel like we'll have to investigate some sports betting corruption allegations here, because I feel I feel like PLA just put a massive bet on AS just before that
yeah,
and threw their army.
Millions and millions of dollars US. Yeah.
No, I mean, in all seriousness though, that was great play there by AS, and I think the biggest lesson to learn there is that the AS guys, they played it cool. They knew that they had, a tech advantage. They knew that they had the armor upgrades in their favor. HH, unfortunately for him, he was just getting his tactics upgrade, and I don't think Wolf has Mil 3 yet, so he doesn't have his armor at all. And yeah, they just had the better kind of execution of those attacks.
Oh, this is... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, man, you go.
Thank you. Yeah, now AS is just basically counterattacking, man, and they have a huge army. They have all the cards they need, I feel like, to really retaliate against PLA.
Yeah, I feel like...
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at the army graphs here, this kind of tells the story. You can see that Wolf and HH, their armies just basically freefall in those engagements, while AS is getting stronger and stronger. Now Duzzles has the biggest army in the game right now.
Isn't it funny how you can lose a city and still end up being in the winning side that quickly? That's just crazy.
Yeah, no, that is, and it's just sometimes maybe that was on purpose by AS. They just wanted to get another free city there. Maybe that's their argument.
Yeah. Also, remember that Pappy I told you about? I think PLA could have really used that Pappy, but they still haven't found out.
Oh, that's painful. And yeah, they'll be kicking themselves, but anyway, that's just a reminder to always try and tower scout, and even just normal scouting sometimes. Just check everything, because you never know when a diamonds or a sugar or a Pappy is just lying right next to your base, waiting to make you look like a fool when the game gets casted on YouTube.
Yeah. Also, meanwhile, AS has pyramids and hanging gardens, so they kind of even the wonder field, if I can say so. Yeah, Old Cat has colossus, and they have pyramids and hanging.
Yeah, the hanging gardens. Didn't really pick that up earlier, but yeah, that's really going to help Duzzle's boom. And I feel like since that pivotal battle there, this is all heading in one-way direction for AS so far. And if I was Old Cat here, I think you've got to start hitting the panic button and just saying, hey, I gotta make something happen. I'm the Colossus guy, and you know, he can't just sit there and just play passively against Spyrodon. He needs to turn it up, whether that's attacking Duzzles or trying to kill Spyrodon. You gotta do something.
Well, and that's the damn problem. Spyrodon has been keeping Old Cat in check, while Old Cat is a tier 1 player. So yeah, this is not good.
No, it's not good at all, especially if you're a PLA fan. Oh, huge water battle here as well between Old Cat, and it looks like a combination, almost like a alliance fleet from AS.
It's almost as if they're teammates.
It's almost like they are teammates. Look at that. And so I think that's always the sign of, you know, when a team feels confident, they start spamming ships just to seal the deal and kill the fish. And I feel like AS is starting to think with that mindset. They're just like, hey, we got this. Now we're going to kill you on all fronts, land and sea.
Yeah. Also, I want to know that AS is closing in on the gunpowder age. I'm not surprised. They have some great library rares, so, and more map control, so it doesn't surprise me. Also, Great Zimbabwe.
Yeah, it's down.
Has fallen.
It has fallen. The great city of Great Zimbabwe.
The great, yeah.
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 It's not so great anymore, is it? It's
nah.
It doesn't look.
It's now in control of the French despotic government.
Yeah, I didn't know in history that Napoleon went all the way down to Zimbabwe, but good on him. He's conquered Africa.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if it's this a misclick, but I see Duzzles going for Mil 4, which I absolutely don't agree with. But I mean, he's winning.
Yeah, you might.
Okay, he cancelled it.
Oh,
yeah,
cancelled it. Yeah.
Okay, thank God.
I was gonna say, would there be any circumstance where Mil 4 would make sense? Just if you pop cap, right? And you want to do...
Yeah, if you know that you have to kill in this age, otherwise your opponent might age up or something, or I don't know. There certainly is a thing there, I think, but it doesn't happen a lot.
Yeah, I can see that it looks like Old Cat's finally woken up from his nap, and he's going for London. Actually, you know what? He has raised his Senate, so Spyrodon will be fine here, but they need to be careful. I mean, Spyrodon just needs to play a defensive game, I feel. Like, he knows his team.
Do you want to hear the magic words?
What's the magic words?
The snowball effect. Yeah.
I wasn't sure
I like to say that. It really makes me feel smart. But anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
It
could snowball into a snowball.
Because what else do they say? A rolling stone gathers no moss.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the, can you translate that into, I don't know, Belgian?
Into Rise of Oh, wait. I don't know, do you want me to say it in Dutch, that same saying?
Yeah, in Dutch.
Een rollende steen verzamelt geen mos.
It sounds way cooler in Dutch.
It kind of sounds similar, right? Rolling stone, een rollende steen.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like Dutch and English are actually very similar. It's just you need to add 2 or 3 E's or O's to every word.
Yeah. And also, Dutch people are kind of pussies, so they took a lot of English words from England.
True. Yeah. Oh, you can see Old Cat's going for the desperation play here. Although he's got a massive army. Look at that. Nice.
But man,
nice
3
defense.
towers, a castle, and those British archers are really making quick work of his army still. I don't think this is a beneficial engagement at all for him.
I feel like
Spyrodon is aging, so his archers are going to be instantly H4.
Yeah, that's going to be very helpful. The one thing I'd say that Old Cat's making a slight mistake. He's got to at least test the waters here. I feel like his army's not within range of the city. I mean, some of it was, but some of it was just on the outskirts there. So in theory, if he had enough units to get the cap sack, oh sorry, it's not a capital anyway. He's moved his cap up here, so it wouldn't have made a huge difference. But yeah, still, it's always nice to capture the city and get the plunder, right?
Look at this, Eat the Bear coming in for some support.
Yeah, he's like,
I like it.
Completely left his side of the map, and he's like, I've conquered my side. I'm gonna come over here and have some fun. They're not putting up a fight over there, so I need.
I mean, it's a good move because you, to be sure, you know, who knows what happens.
Yeah, yeah. I can see in the chat that Sermon just said, "Yeah, nice wealth float there from Old Cat."
Oof, that's nasty.
Old Cat could buy literally an entire island for himself right now. That's how much gold
he could just. Which nation on the other side would be the easiest to bribe? I feel like the French.
Yeah, I think the French.
If he could send a delegation to Paris, maybe the French would. Turn.
I mean, the French sold Louisiana to USA back in the 1800s or whatever it was. So.
That's right. That's right.
So enough gold, I'm sure they could strike a deal. Oh man, this is like, it's like watching a team play with one leg right now for PLA.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over. Wolf on his last legs as well. His cap is, well, he did raise his Senate, but still, I mean.
Yeah, The score tells the story here. You can see the resources that Wolf's economy is on its knees right now. Surprisingly, the economies for everyone else is actually not too bad. But the armies also tell the biggest story here. Duzzles is basically hitting supernova right now. Meanwhile, Wolf is crashing back to ground. So, yeah, he's going to roll into this capital. And I think we'll be seeing PLA GG here fairly soon. Maybe once Old Cat's army dies.
And meanwhile, Duzzles is raiding water still, denying a lot of fish for PLA. So, yeah.
That's really not good for PLA's wealth and food moving forward.
And also, fish is like good for your brain and stuff.
Yeah, true.
So villagers are losing out on the vitamins and essential oils as well.
I think it's the essential fatty acids.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, if you're eating the, what is it, salmon? And in Belgium, like, when people eat fish, do you guys deep fry it? Or do you pan fry, grill?
I don't know. Everything. I don't know. We don't really have a specific thing for that. I'm not really a fish eater. I do love salmon, but like, I never loved fish for some reason. But it's starting to grow on me. I don't know.
Okay. I was thinking, is there many... This is kind of off topic, but I feel like this game, we'll just kind of watch it and see it play out.
Yeah.
But what's the mood like in Belgium right now with the rising, virus toll and so on?
I think we're doing pretty fine. I think we're doing a pretty good job of controlling it. Like, most people are obedient and they just stay inside. Well, it's not like I know in France you really have to have you have to print a paper to even go to a store. You know, if you don't have it, then you will get fined. So it's really regulated. Right here you can freely go to the store or whatever, but you can't be with more than 3 people. You know, you can't walk in groups of 3.
Okay.
To kind of prevent the spread, I guess. And but most people are just staying inside right now. It's the lockdown. Yeah. But it's not as bad as in France, I think, in terms of we have a bit more freedom.
Yeah, it's a tricky one because I don't know. I'm not an expert by any means into this, and we don't really know what it's going to do to the virus. But on paper, it seems like, young people, if you're less than 70 years old, you're probably going to be okay. There's a small percentage that won't be.
Yeah.
But then it's
like one. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
But then it's like, how do you solve this long term? Like, everyone can't really go into lockdown forever because, the world will stop turning, and we still need to have an economy and so on. But at the same time,
who says we need an economy? you capitalist pig.
Well, yeah, but it just seems like like the end game here for the world, right, is in theory, if everyone that's healthy enough to survive it catches the virus and recovers from it, then hopefully they become immune to it. And then
but like wait. The problem is like if I'm healthy and I catch the corona, and then I go to my grandparents, they're gonna die, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a problem. I think most people are afraid that they could give it to someone of their family that is older, you know, that is kind of in a risk group. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. So it's kind of like this is probably not feasible, but in theory, if all the elderly, everyone that's over like 60 years old was able to just like isolate completely for like 3 weeks, and then everyone else, I don't know, hopefully.
Oh well, I'm not gonna lie. Still, it's I don't know how it is in your country, but like even people in their 30s, they can get sick. It's like, bro, it's like you can literally die from it even if you're 30. You just have to have the wrong genetics or whatever. So most people still don't fuck with it. They're still kind of careful.
It's not like catching the cold.
Nah, it's not. I don't believe that anymore. I did think that it's like not a big deal in the beginning, but yeah.
Anyway, you can see our producer here and chief executive of marketing, Jatin, said in the commentary, rise of patience to lose monetization. If you talk more about COVID, start talking more positively.
How are we gonna lose? What are we doing wrong, man? Fuck off. What's the problem here? If I don't like what's that called? Censure? I don't know what's the word. Wait.
Censoring, exactly. Censoring.
Yeah.
Don't censor free speech, man. That's what Donald Trump was elected for, right? To protect our rights for free speech.
Yeah.
And I'm not American, but I think this is real talk right here. And I mean, if we cross back to the game, let's get a quick update here. It does look like Wolf has one city left at the very top and one city at the
poor Wolfie
on the right hand side. So in true fighting spirit, they're hanging in here.
I gotta give it to him. The city of Enkopi seems to be very peaceful, and it's a beautiful, productive city on the beach. For Wolf, man, check it out.
Oh wow, yeah, it's
a beautiful city, man.
Look, this would be a really nice.
They have
beach
salt.
Resort. Yeah, they got salt. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a good economic hotspot.
Oh, seriously, like the importance of salt has never been higher for me than today, because my lovely wife, she actually cooked a meal earlier, and it was like this pork and rice dish, and it was really good, but because she made it for our daughter, who's 10 months old, she didn't add any salt at all.
No.
And as I was eating it, it was just crazy how things just do not taste anywhere near as good without salt on it. So
I mean, yeah, we've been eating salt since the dawn of times, and it's really important.
Yeah, and do you ever have that where you just like you Google random questions like, why do humans like salt? That's what I found myself Googling earlier today. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I can't remember what the answer was.
Google things like that.
Yeah. But maybe we can get Steez to help us out in the chat here. If you can let us know what's the nutritional benefit of humans eating salt. Why do we find it so delicious?
Come on, be useful.
That's the hard-hitting question, yeah. And getting back to what you were saying there, I think this would be the ultimate resort. They've got salt.
I mean, right now this is the place to be honest, in Kopi right now.
Yeah.
It is the place to be. They have beautiful beach. They have everything you need.
Exactly. They've closed the borders, so no one's coming across. Oh, you can see they are typing out GG, yeah. Duzzles is throwing out the French national anthem. You know, actually, the French national anthem, this is another random thing I googled the other day. I looked up the English translation to it, and it's quite violent. I don't know if you've...
Really? Oh, well, yeah, actually, aux armes les citoyens, it says, take your weapons, les citoyens, that means, not villagers, but citizens, yeah. it literally calls up the citizens to take up the arms.
Yeah, it's actually kind of badass. Like it's not bad. It certainly is more aggressive than Australia's national anthem, which is
What y'all talking about? Kangaroos and stuff?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. Our land down under, kangaroos, something about, I don't know, I can't even remember, to be honest. It's not as exciting. Whereas I got the English translation here for, I'll see if I can bring this up on the stream. This is the important stuff, right? Yeah, you see, arise, children of the fatherland, our day of glory has arrived. Against us, the bloody flag of tyranny is raised. To armed citizens, let's march, that their impure blood should water our fields.
Oh, wait, what? That's pretty heavy, dude. Impure blood and should water. Oh, damn.
Oh, nice. So
it's heavy.
Shout out to the French. I mean, how's that for?
But still, in World War One, they got out, man. They waved the flag.
They did. But yeah, I guess that was probably like a revolutionary era song. But well done. So let's have a quick look. So military stats, units killed versus units lost. I know people love to see this statistic. You can see that it looks like Duzzles has cleaned up in that respect. Actually, if I was to give MVP, or who do you think should be MVP for this match? It's tough.
It's very tough because like turning point for me was when they retook Nara back again. That's where PLA kind of lost the game because they lost their armies completely, and from that moment on, AS just killed them. So I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. I feel like Dazzles did play very well. Everyone played well. Yeah, I wouldn't say one player really made or broke the game. It was every one of them did their part.
Yeah, no.
Because for example, Spiridon kept the Japanese player in check. Dazzles was there with a nice rotation to help to kind of weaken Old Cat even more. Itapera was just pretty powerful in general. He has a good eco. He was actually the player that was ready to go Enlightenment. So every one of them did a great job.
Yep. No, that was very well said. And yeah, I think I'd have to give the official or unofficial maybe Kron MVP award here to AS Dazzles. With Eat the Pair very, very close runners up. I feel like Dazzles played the pivot position here in the middle. Really well done. That City of Bayonne, like you said, split them up so well. And very calm heads to retake Nara when they did. So very well played to the AS guys. They are 1-0 up. And what do you think? Should we jump into game 2?
Let's do it, man.
All right, let's load it up. Ooh. First thing I noticed is PLA have rolled out their MVP for game number 2.
Oh, is it Soul?
So I'm at the 0-second mark. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yep.
So they do have Soul here. And Soul has got Soul. He played in the qualifier games, and I've played him a couple of times online as well, and I feel like he seems to be their best player. And actually, he was part of the team that defeated AS on this exact map in the qualifying rounds.
All right. I'm excited to see what he brings us.
Yeah, let's see. And you can see the players are starting to walk towards the center. So this is Sahara. So they're guaranteed to be wood in the middle. It looks like already Duzzles has got a really nice spot.
Quite a lucky spawn.
Yeah. He didn't have to walk too far, and that's a huge leg up. You can see that PLA Soul, thankfully for him, at least he's... remember we cast that game recently?
Yeah.
And someone didn't get wood? I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
That was...
It was King.
King, yeah. Yeah, poor King, man. But, yeah, no, this is going to be much nicer, much fairer position, although Duzzles has got a bit of a leg up. 40% complete versus...
But do remember, Duzzles is gonna get that second big forest. So yeah. But I think both of them will have decent wood. But it's good that Sol is building here as well, not giving Dazzles solo control of the mid area.
And they're both tier 4 nations, Koreans versus Maya. So let's have a look at the nations here. So AS have chosen for tiers 2, 3, 4. They've got Iroquois, Aztecs, and Maya. And then PLA have got in the same set. They've got Romans, which we haven't actually seen too much in the tournament so far. So I'm happy to see them. Then French and Koreans. So 6 different nations here. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I kind of like all of the nation picks, but slightly I like AS's nation pick slightly more here. I don't really see the immediate benefit of a Korean player of Korea.
Yeah.
But Korea is fine. I mean, it's a good nation. Romance is nice because, you know, the cities give you gold, and Sahara is kind of, you don't have much gold lying around, so that's a nice bonus. Iroquois and Aztecs, though, for AS, they are going to be very great to raid, and raiding is very important here because rares really, I feel like rares are slightly stronger on Sahara.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think, yeah, Koreans, not a bad choice, like you said. I feel like Koreans kind of like a, what's the word, cheesy kind of nation sometimes. You can do a lot of unorthodox things, like tower rushing, just doing annoying stuff that annoys the crap out of your opponent. Border pushing a lot as well can be good.
Yeah, and actually, yeah, now that you started to talk about them, I kind of remember again why Korea is good. You have that militia, so after aging, you can instantly raid rares with your villagers, with your militia.
Yeah.
You can do some pretty sick militia rushes, so yeah, there is some benefit.
I think probably the biggest thing it's going to be interesting for me to watch this game is Spyrodon going as Aztecs here, just to see what style of game he plays, whether he's going to play a very aggressive style, kind of like, I guess, what Jatten normally does, versus, you know, maybe the alternative would be, you know, boom up to gunpowder, and then, you know, we all know Aztecs gets really good in gunpowder, but that's a very long-term game plan to have, and, you know, they're kind of slow if you don't take advantage of their nation power.
I don't know why Duzzles went for that wood that is exposed instead of going for that other wood.
Yeah.
I would have went for the bigger forests, but oh well.
Yeah,
Look at this tower by the Roman player coming in very soon. I'm sorry, I'm slightly ahead.
Yeah, no
in
problem.
about 10 seconds you'll see it.
Yeah, I can see he's walking up, so you need to say you're Nostradamus right now.
Oh, there you go, guys. There we go. I love it.
Oh,
I absolutely love it.
and I don't think he can see it either because the trees are blocking it. So
He might see an edge there. Let's see what he sees. Let's see what he sees.
You can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, only one villager, so he should be able to deny it, I guess. But yeah, he does spot it out. That said, Polecat should have built it a bit more to the back. He would have still been in reach, but at least, yeah.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. It looks like he will get some backup though by several citizens here. They're gonna shepherd and basically safeguard this tower. So PLA.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
I like this teamwork, man. This is like, hey, cover my back. And he's not messing around either. He's bought 5 citizens, which is a pretty good investment.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't give F. He is going with support.
Yeah, and I mean, there's nothing that Duzzles can do. I mean, Duzzles, they probably hope that Duzzles will pull all these citizens and try and stop this, because that's probably the worst thing Duzzles could do right now. There's no way he's going to be able to stop that against 5 citizens defending.
And also maybe, coming back to my comment earlier, maybe Duzzles built the camp before the border push, so yeah, that would explain why he built his camp there.
Oh, and there's a city here by Spyrodon trying to go down. But
if
this tower finishes,
but if that,
this
it's not a good idea. This tower seems to be finishing, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can't see any reason why it wouldn't. I mean, Sol.
I mean, it's almost 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's.
I mean, it seems to me that it's completing. Yeah.
Yeah,
in fact, it has. It has in fact completed.
It's finished, and he basically sells his.
And the counter city, guys, the standard meta of Rise of Nations, the counter city is coming in. I don't know, that's not really the meta, but whatever. Let's just make up stuff now.
That's like the ultimate slap in the face, though. It's like you've just killed his city, and now you put down your own.
So now even that wood is kind of, not as secure.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean that he should be able to secure at least enough to make a 6, 7, 8 woodcutter camp.
Yeah, but not a 9 or 10 anymore.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, Sol himself has a +8, which is very nice.
Yeah, that is good. And wow, you can see that. Yeah, Duzzles has taken a big hit here in the early eco. Meanwhile, Eat the Pair, as you said earlier, the boy wonder, the rookie who has improved tremendously recently.
The boy with the golden hands.
He's probably wearing gloves right now, but yeah, look at him go. He's rating well, and I feel like he's kind of like their quiet overachiever on AS team. I like the fact that they've gone for Iroquois. They're a great nation on Sahara, in my opinion. Just for map control, raiding, putting your opponents on the back foot, psychological terror, even.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I gotta give it to PLA. Their early game is very, very good. Very good. Because in the middle they did a tremendous job working together, and they, kind of secured silver there. Well, they did secure silver. That is a secure silver, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, in theory, they can probably tower the wood of Spyrodon as well if they want to. I mean, he's got 7 woodcutter camp, but it's vulnerable now. It's right on the edge, and it's kind of like wood is.
It is a easy tower. It would be actually the perfect tower, double covering silver as well. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a classic who has the foresight to build the tower first. Although I must admit, Spyrodon doesn't have any gold income at the moment. He's gone for science here instead of going for the standard build, I believe. Or I'm not sure if he went science after he got commerce. Let's have a quick look. He doesn't have a market down yet. So actually this might be another news story here. Spyrodon looks like he's a little bit behind.
Oi. Oh wow. That's not good. Yeah, he's getting his market just now. I mean, he doesn't have any military. So yeah, so far his Aztecs have been just a plain old default nation.
Yeah.
Nothing beneficial so far.
Ooh, and you can see PLA actually Eat the Pair tried to raid Sugar, but PLA haven't even scouted it yet, so...
Yeah, you can make meme about that.
Yeah.
Like, you can't raid me if I don't know about the rares.
Excellent play here by PLA. They just didn't scout it on purpose. So,
the perfect counter.
Yeah, what was that meme? There was a meme like that. I can't remember what it was there. But...
Like, there's a guy, there's a African guy meme, and he's like with a finger on his head.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And he's,
Yeah. No, I like that one. That's right. There was a meme a while back, like 6 or 12 months ago, where a guy's about to bribe an elephant, and you can't bribe my elephant if he's dead, type thing.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Look at Spyrodon. Yeah, I think Spyrodon. Okay, never mind. I'm ahead of you again.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm at 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You can see that it looks like Wolf has built his city in a great spot. He's actually intercepted that barracks there from Eat the Pair.
Ooh.
That's a bit of a setback again for AS. I mean, look, it's still finely balanced game, but I just feel like AS have not really made blunders, but PLA have just capitalized on a few different things here and probably set themselves up for a very even game, whereas at the start it felt like AS had the better map positioning with Duzzle's quick thinking and city placement.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. And he actually raised his barracks, Eat the Pair, that is. I don't know, I don't really agree with that. You might as well use your barracks for a while.
Yeah,
But
I
decided to raise it.
Raising it's probably a little bit, a bit of a frustration move maybe.
Yeah, self-loading.
Yeah, just if you have a problem, you just try and fix it and move on. But I'm sure we'll have to sit there and. Oh wow, we've got a Joke of the Week award here from Hockey Star in the chat. The moderation is key. Just take it with a grain of salt.
Who's David E? Is that Zen Mechanics or?
I think it's Hockey Star, whereas
really?
Zen is David D.
Oh man, all these Davids, holy shit, man.
And David K.
We also have we have also David Kiss.
Exactly.
Yeah. Look at man, Duzzle's caravan route is just a juicy little piece of cake for Duzzle's, the yellow player. Man, it looks so good. I want to just raid it.
That is sumptuous. I mean, it's almost going to walk past that tower, right? Is that tower going to get pot shots at it?
Perhaps.
Yeah, maybe once it gets range upgrades. He's already got a temple, so.
I think he should be in range for a little spot there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Highlight of the match, the caravan.
It's
walking, it's walking. It's walking. No Raro. It's just outside. A temple should... temple is already present.
Look at the swagger that this caravan's walking with. Like, he's literally moonwalking. It's like
look at
Jackson.
at how his tail waggles, man. He has claws.
He does. Did you see that too? Actually, that tower did fire one single arrow at that caravan.
Missed. It missed.
You had one job. Oh look, the
archer in there is a fucking imbecile. He can't even.
It's like the Korean guys are just like pissed off right now. The archers are coming out. They're going to try and take down this caravan, but this caravan continues to moonwalk. Like a G, like a boss.
Nah, it's a badass, really.
Oh man, he needs to change his caravan.
He's just doing his job, you know. He knows like the people need him.
Yeah.
And he's prepared to sacrifice his own life.
You can see that Duzzles is aged up here. Ooh, he is coming under fire. Another single arrow, or 2 arrows came out now. I feel like his days are done, but I don't know how Duzzles is going to fix this problem here.
I hope the Mayan government will support him.
Hopefully the Mayan government will have a stimulus package here to support.
Or they actually send him back. They send him back.
Yes, yeah, fair enough. He probably needs to do that until he can somehow get rid of this tower, but...
yeah. Let's try to find out what each team's plan is. Well, I mean... Let's see. Soul has wine, silver, diamonds. I feel like he's doing pretty fine. He isn't exposed like Duzzles. While the Roman player is kind of the pocket player, he has a plus 80 wealth income thanks to him being Romans and having silver and diamonds. So he is in a really good spot, I feel like, as well. The French player, I mean, I don't have any comments on him. Seems to be doing all right. That diamonds is really very beneficial for PLA. AS, let's see. For Iteper, he has a good economy already, much better than the French player. Yeah. He's already senator, so he must have been fast. Getting a tower, has a stable already, using relics. Relics is quite nice. He has relics, wool. He has peacocks, citrus, obsidian. So actually, he has 3 knowledge rares, and it shows plus 75 knowledge incoming. So man, it's really hard to tell who has the edge. Like Old Cat has a nice wealth income, Iteper has a nice knowledge income. Yeah. Spiridon, well, he isn't doing very well in my opinion. He hasn't really, I haven't seen him on the raids anywhere. His eco isn't that good, but I mean, Aztecs, it's hard to boom up. Mayan player, doing fine, I guess. Well, it's okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see any. Oh, Mill2 coming in for Soul. Yeah,
I feel like this is where Soul is playing well. He skipped science, so it's a very bold, aggressive kind of strategy here. But Soul seems like one of those high IQ players who just can identify a situation and just mathematically compute what's the optimum strategy. And I feel like putting pressure on the capital of Maya here it's probably the answer to that computer equation right now.
I mean, Duzzles is so exposed anyway. It's the perfect opportunity to exploit that. So, yeah, I mean, he can go for the cap. He can go for the other city. Either way, it's gonna be fine. So, yeah. And actually, they have good potential to double Mayapan, I guess. Unless, of course, Spiridon helps him. But he should be able to help.
Yeah.
If anything goes down.
And I mean, this tower that Korea's got in the front there that keeps sniping at that caravan as it walks past. Speaking of which, it looks like he has changed his trade route. Did you see that?
Wow.
Did he?
Yeah, he has a new road, man. What the hell happened? I don't know how this works. I really don't know how this game works sometimes.
I think he deleted a farm there, so that was a very high IQ move there by Duzzle.
Oh, something coming in, man. Look at the caravan. Keep looking at the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep looking at it.
Okay. I'm holding my breath here.
It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna be shocking.
Oh my god! The poor caravan just got...
Man, come on.
Oh, is he gonna die though? Oh, he's dead. And 50 wealth.
Ah, the hero.
Oh my god, yeah, that's sad. Every what is it? Love story has a tragic ending.
Yeah.
This is a Shakespeare novel right now. Anyway.
Also, I like Soul's strategy. He's going for that second city, which is less protected. And yeah, I mean, it's perfect. Because Dazzles, of course, he's more afraid to lose his cap than his other cities. So he's gonna put a tower on his cap, a watchtower. And
yeah, no, I agree. And I think this is the worst position to be in if you're playing. I don't care what type of Rise of Nations it is, just any Rise of Nations game. I'd almost go as far as saying like that I think Duzzles would have been better to build his second city further back, so that there's kind of like
that's a fact, man.
Yeah, like I mean, it's a trade-off, right? You don't want to cede map control, which is probably why he built there. The fact that his mayor makes it a little bit better because mayor's such a tough nation to crack, given the HP and all that. But still, like he's so exposed right now. He's literally parked his army halfway in the middle, which is probably the best thing he can do. And even doing that, he's so exposed to some kind of ambush or fast attack, or it's just an uncomfortable position.
Look at that! Soul is calling in his citizens to arms.
To arms.
Aux armes, les citoyens. Formez vos bataillons.
Let's see the blood in the streets.
Yeah.
Oh, nice move by Soul. I like this.
Oh, he should get the city, I think. Yeah.
Militia versus militia.
He should be able to get it.
Oh, surely he will. It's down to 7 HP. He just needs to take the HP down. He'll capture it.
He just needed to take it down. Yeah.
There it goes. There he goes. Two more bows came from those flaming arrows.
Oh.
Nice move though. I like it. And that's like, I mean, it's a big investment from the militia, but he can send them back to work if he needs to. Whereas I don't think Duzzle's going to recover. One thing I'd like to see Soul do is just repair that city straight away. But I don't know if he'll remember to in the heat of the battle. But Koreans
he has tons of militia anyway. He could easily remove a couple.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side, seems like PLA wants to double Eat the Pair, and that's a good move because Eat the Pair has a high score. So if you kill the high score player, at least you have something going for you. Also, Wolf has some militia pool, and he's French, so this is perfect.
He does too. Yeah, look at that militia.
I like that he's standing ground for a while there, keeping his formation. That allows his units to, not run off solo and get killed under the fire.
Yeah.
Nice double here. So this kind of evens the playing field if they get that city, of course.
Yeah,
right.
He has got the city.
He should.
Well, actually, he did capture it, but it's gone back to eat the pair now. But it looks like once this tower goes down, it should swing back into PLA's favor. PLA's got a heap of units.
Spiridon is gonna come soon. He's coming with a rotation.
Yep.
And this can really be the nail in the coffin if Spiridon is able to flank there.
Ooh, I think Spiridon though, his army composition is just light infantry at the moment, which aren't particularly good. I mean, they're not too bad, I guess, but I mean, just any horse, any heavy infantry can take good care of them. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. Just the unit count too is pretty low.
It looked good for a second there.
Yeah. there was a split second where you see your ally marching in.
My brain was like, oh, the glorious Aztecs coming. But yeah, maybe doubling down on that light infantry wasn't the best choice.
In all seriousness, though, I take that. I still give AS a lot of respect here because, I mean, it looks like Eat the Pet, as we all know, he had a great eco. He's captured his city back. It's kind of like a turning point right now. They've got enough to push this back. And remember that PLA did invest a lot into that militia pool. And I don't know if he got his militia back or not. I'm pretty sure he just sacrificed them all. So,
in fact,
yeah,
we've been completely oblivious to this, but PLA, they went for Despot, light blue and blue. So this is their attack. They have to make it work. And in fact, Ituper is doing a great job of holding that.
Yeah, so far this is kind of like in a flux state at the moment. You can see that French with Despot, I mean, he's getting good healing, but his unit count's so low right now. He doesn't have many units to heal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and he had to pulled militia, so his army is a bit lacking.
Yeah.
So it's hard to really reinforce that quickly.
Yeah, it's 100 eco here as well for the Romans, so like the PLA guys are kind of like a bit capped in what they can do. Like they need to inflict some serious damage here, and they have done so, but they need to solidify and
look at the other side though. It's a very important moment there. A big militia pool by Sol, pretty much all of his militia, I think, and I like it.
Yeah.
Because this is the cap, and Dazzle's army is compromised. He has to pull his militia as well, but he clearly has a lot less units, and his economy is dead.
Yeah, he doesn't have many militia. Or he's got about 20 militia there versus 20 militia on green. So militia cancel each other out. It's going to come down to units. Look, he's actually going to attack here. I don't know if...
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a good idea because this is what Sol wants. I kind of get his idea. He wants to intercept him before he gets to the cap, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, he needs to make use of the tower. I think that's the one thing in his favor right
now. At least stay just in front of the cap, you know?
And they are attacking.
Don't go too far out.
Militia versus militia here. Pitchfork versus pitchfork. This is the Koreans versus the Maya player. I feel like Sol is just crushing here. He seems to have enough. Although he's getting... The fact that he's fighting in front of Mayapan helps him as well because he continues to shoot arrows out despite the fact that he's
you're right. I actually was in front again, so my commentary didn't make sense at all. But you're right about that Mayan fire. It's actually a good point.
But I mean, yeah, just the sheer numbers are not stacking up in Dazzle's favor. And it looks like Sol's going to get the cap sack, and that's huge, as we all know.
It's very huge.
He just needs to get enough units. He hasn't quite got enough yet.
And Spiridon is trying to make it in time, but will he though?
Oh, he lost it. Cap sack does go down.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, that's if you're an AS fan out there, you'll be slapping your face or
I don't know, yeah. Whatever your habit is.
Yeah, whatever your habit is. Yeah, we're not going to judge, man. Whatever
it's all good, brother.
Yeah. And you can see on the other side too, Wolf has made the breakthrough, the key breakthrough here. I mean, Iroquois is falling right now. Eat the pair, excellent eco still actually, surprisingly, given that he's suffered a fair bit of damage. But yeah, just the unit counts also hitting rock bottom.
It's an interesting game because I feel like Eat the pair can still win his side even because he's in a good shape. He went for calm too. I don't agree with that, but I see Dazzle's typing something.
Yeah, I think it's GG. That's going around. That is absolutely a GG. And wow, I must admit, I really enjoyed watching this game. It was like great back and forth. There was a lot of interesting moments. Kind of like, I felt like maybe part of the reason I really liked it was because there was no tier 1 nation, and sometimes when there's no tier 1 nation, there's no kind of expectations that one person's just going to crush. It's really like you get to see cool nations like Korea and we saw Maya and Iroquois and 6 different nations on the board. So it kind of felt like a classic random Nomad no noob game.
Yeah, you're right. And Sol played the Koreans wonderfully. I don't know. I can't really tell what happened, but yeah, I guess Duzzles made a slight mistake with that city there. That gave um, PLA some good leverage from the beginning, and they made use of it perfectly.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. And you look at the military stats quickly, you can see that Seoul had the highest kills, probably the best kill to death ratio, if I can do the maths correctly. But yeah, basically all the PLA guys had positive ratios there, and I just think yeah, you boil it all down, it was probably a highlight moment for me. You know, the official Kron Smart Player of the Game award goes to I think it goes to Seoul, because he sacrificed quite early on, bringing 5 citizens across to help his buddy Old Cat build this tower, knowing that his wood income would take a bit of a hit, but they shepherded this, they got it up safely, they forced Duzzles onto the back foot, and yeah, kind of just the game slowly went in their favor from there. So GG.
Was a very nice one, yeah.
And you know what that means?
I know what that means.
We're going to a third game, baby. This is going to
yeah,
game
baby.
3.
What's the third map? I even forgot, because we don't go to the third map often.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Life's a surprise.
I think I know what it is, but I won't spoil it. I want it
Okay.
to be. I want it to be an amazing moment for you when you first find out.
A genuine. Oh my God! It's Amazon rainforest.
It is Amazon rainforest, the one and only, the amazing Amazon. All right, I'm in the third match, and I can't wait to get started. So let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, let's have a quick look at the nations here. I can't wait. The anticipation's killing me. So we have AS going Lakota, Indians, and Chinese versus PLA going Lakota, Nubians versus Indians, and Spanish. So basically we've got this classic dichotomy here of Nubian Spanish versus Indians Chinese. I don't even know what to think of this.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty much like, yeah, whoever plays it better. I don't have any like, both have their own positives. So Spanish is a good team player, obviously, because you know all the rares. So I do like Spanish, but Chinese has its own strengths. So it's gonna be hard to tell. Well, yeah, I think Nubians should be fine on this map. They should be fine, considering it's 3v3. They should have some good rares, but we'll see about that.
Yeah, I agree. I think, look, I don't think either team has a big advantage. It's kind of impossible to compare them, to be honest, because Spanish is so much utility for your teammates, but slightly slower than Chinese, whereas I feel like Nubians are so rare dependent versus Indians, like a great nation on any map. So potentially, depending on what rares PLA get, maybe that might have a factor on how effective Nubians are. But I mean, generally speaking, on this map, there's plenty of rares to go around, so it's not like he's going to be short of options. I guess it comes down to how the cities play up, what the map control looks like, and probably most importantly, it's going to be cool to see Lakota versus Lakota here. I actually played a game yesterday where I played against Demon King, and we were both playing as Lakota. It was one of those games where we both picked, and we both built cities right near the opponent's bases, and we basically swapped sides of the map, and we didn't realize it until it was too late. And it's interesting to see Lakota versus Lakota, because you always think that when you're playing Lakota, you don't expect your opponent to also be them. And it's this weird dynamic where you can both raid behind enemy lines, you can both build cities at the front lines. Sometimes that means your city might get isolated. So yeah, it'll be kind of cool to see where they end up building their second cities.
Yeah, it can be weird. It can make for weird situations where you think you're gonna build next to the enemy cities, and you basically kind of switch sides. I know what you mean. Yeah. Anyway, the Spanish player is already pinging all the good rares.
Yeah, that's so. Another official Kron high IQ move of the game is pairing Spanish with Nubians. I mean, is there a better combo since pepper and salt?
Yeah, this is a very good one. Well, in the early game, I think Nubians should focus on the rares that are in friendly or in their own territory. But for sure, if there's sugar right outside or somewhere near, then yeah, they should get it for sure. So it is a nice combo. And I mean, with Nubians and Spanish, there's no way you're gonna miss any rares. I mean, Spanish alone is enough for that. But
yeah, it's such a good combo too with Lakota because, I mean, as you said, they won't miss a single rare, and then if they want to, Lakota can always tower the rares which are outside of the territory of the opponents, deny them. And I mean, the AS guys should be able to counter that if they get a good scout off themselves. Like in theory, Lakota should be able to scout the entire map if you've got the APM. And it looks like so far, actually, they've got a really good scout going on. Duzzles is doing a fine job. But yeah, it's just, it's a lot of pressure.
yeah, it's always a lot of pressure playing tier 1, especially Lakota, I feel like, because it can be wobbly sometimes.
Yeah, it's such a it's probably the one nation in the game which just has a different build order, different style. Yeah, it's a lot of people don't feel comfortable playing them because you don't build 5 farms and 6 woodcutters, and do the normal things you do. It's all back to front.
Yeah. What do you think about the positioning of both teams?
I feel like we probably need to have a quick look and see, I guess, how these rivers are going to play out too. So we've got PLA versus, so we've got Spanish versus Indians just across. There's a bit of a choke point, so there's no direct attacking lane here. So I feel like that kind of bodes well for PLA. But the rest of it is kind of like this big river is protecting the back cities of PLA. So if they wanted to, I feel like they could build wonders. They could boom, as long as they don't leave Madrid, like to hang out Wolf, don't let him die.
Yeah, I guess Madrid and Delhi, they are the 2 nations that are most close to any battle, and there's no river in between them. So yeah, there's a choke point, but I mean they could fight pretty easily for this map. And yeah, a lot of players have some rivers and more obstruction between them. And also Duzzles, I feel like he has horses in front of him, so he should surely secure that. Being Lakota, it's gonna be perfect.
That's a massive rare. Basically to boost his food, spam horses, raid with them, while at the same time upping his food income. For sure, yeah, he should definitely secure that one.
Oh, it's too late though. Look at Soul. Seems like he's going for
nice.
The same idea.
Yeah, that's
that's the woodcutters got camped there as well for green.
Yeah,
it's gonna be an unpleasant surprise for Duzzles to find out that
and this is like
it's already taken.
Yeah, this is so cool. I love seeing stuff like this, which we haven't really seen too much before, like Lakota versus Lakota here. Yeah, I mean, you have to say Soul has drawn first blood with his city placement. He managed to get his civ up faster. They both actually went com civ, which I must admit is not necessarily the default metagame build for Lakota. Like often, a lot of people like to go for science civ or science com.
Man, it's a shit fest again.
They got Pappy as well, so yeah, this
nah, bro.
Oh, no, this is exactly what I talked about. Wow. See, both guys have built their cities forward, and now it's kind of like, who has the better city?
Yin yang action.
Yeah, this is gonna be like, who has the ability to stay calm here?
Like, my brain power isn't enough today to calculate who has the upper hand. Let's just let it play out. I don't have enough teraflops today.
I don't have enough teraflops either, but I do have enough teraflops to identify that Old Cat is building his barracks next to the full city.
Wow, you don't need a lot of, you need like a couple megabytes for that. Kilobytes.
Actually, they're both building barracks. So both PLA guys are building under Wajaju. They're basically fortifying it to a degree. And I like the fact that they're doing that because it shows that they're not willing to lose this. They're putting a line in the sand here, and they're saying that this is our territory, you're not taking it, and we're going to come after your territory, which is Payabya. I feel like Lakota's going to run out of city names here because they're both Lakota. They both have... See, look at that. I didn't know that, but Makasika is not the name of the capital for Seoul because it was already taken.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
First time I've seen this.
Man, for Seoul, Minnesota kind of sounds American, but I don't know. It's not Minnesota, it's Minnesota. For light blue. I don't know what's going on there.
Oh, maybe...
Cap for light blue?
Yeah, I think it's... Well, from my limited understanding of American history, like Lakota were a Native American tribe, so maybe that's the precursor to the real Minnesota, maybe. Maybe there will be a historian in the chat who can correct us.
The AS team, yeah, they're not gonna use bison anymore. The Indian tribe of Wajaje has control over bison.
Oh,
okay, I guess they're not Indians. I don't know. You know what I'm...
American Indians, yeah.
Yeah, native, yeah.
You got the real Indians over here, which eat the pears playing as. Oh, and it looks like, look at this city. I mean, Spyrodon's trying to build his city again. Oh, at the top here, but it's denied by the tower around that first.
And I'm telling you, it's a shit fest. It's crazy.
This is
what is going on?
Absolute chaos. But I mean, this is the second game that Spyrodon started building his city, and it's been towered. He's definitely unfortunate in that regard. It's not going well for him for his civic. And I mean, does that cost him resources too if he does that?
I think he didn't cancel, so he lost it. One time I was building like my third city somewhere for the third time, but the tower disappears after it shoots. So I never realized that a tower was sniping my city, so yeah.
Yeah, no, there's not a lot worse than losing your city, especially if you've sent 2 citizens to build it. I think Spyrodon's only got 1 actually, but he is playing as Chinese, so that's actually a good move in the end because his territory now covers that tower, so they're going to gain control of that furs, plus being a big city with China. It's a great kind of blocking technique to secure that.
Nice forest there as well for him. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah. No,
let's check out what rares that each team is using at the moment. I see for Old Cat he has dye, horse, furs, and sugar. Very nice rares for anyone really, especially for him.
Yeah.
Not only 1 gold rare, so yeah, his wealth isn't skyrocketing like it could be in some cases, but still. Furs and sugar for light blue. And Wolf has spice, sugar, and diamonds. I don't know, I feel like furs and sugar is a really nice one to make something happen really quickly, and they already have quite a substantial amount of units. So yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like they could go pretty aggressive.
Man, this game is so messed up. It's like, even worse is the fact that Lakota doesn't show its borders, so it's kind of hard to tell which territory is which, but you've got a green and red city at the top left, a green and red city at the bottom right, and you've got basically this chasm in the middle where they're massing troops. But I like PLA's discipline. The fact is they've all skipped science here, so I feel like this is a sign of a well-oiled team who's just extremely disciplined and playing with purpose. I'm not sure what they're planning to do here, but I suspect they're going to get aggressive because, yeah, no one likes to have cities behind them, cutting off their trade routes.
Man, you're right. What I'm curious about is where the caps are going to end up. I see for green it's going to end up in the middle, but what will light blue do with his cap? Will he leave it there, kind of exposed to Spyrodon, or will he move it to the center as well?
Yeah.
I guess in the center would be better because Old Cat is there as well, of course. Yeah, and he's going to do that. I see in a second there.
Yeah, it looks like it's a tough choice, but I guess he doesn't really, unfortunately, have much of a choice because Minnesota is literally exposed to 2 fronts there, and Spyrodon being the main one that can attack it. But Oh, sorry, no, I'm getting my nations mixed up there everywhere. That was his ally. I was thinking Wolf was on AS for a second. But yeah, like you said, it's I guess if you're in doubt, sometimes it's better to build as Lakota wherever your army infrastructure is, because it's such a dispersed nation normally. So, and yeah, this is going to be capital versus capital. So I wonder if this comes down to a shootout between Duzzle's capital, trying to hold that, versus Seoul's capital.
I see that Seoul is already milled too. That's not the case for Duzzles. He has quite a lot of food and wood floating. I think it's a little thing he could work on. But yeah, I mean, I like that. I like it that Seoul is already milled too. He doesn't have any siege yet. It seems like he wants to go for just an attack with hoplites and units.
Militia coming as well.
Oh yeah.
So I think his intent is quite clear. Although I don't know if AS are aware of his intent just yet. It seems like a little bit of an early pull for the militia though. Maybe
quite early.
He's getting them there on the front lines ready to go, burning, making sure that the torches are lit and and just making final preparations. But I feel like they can have a nap before the actual battle begins because they don't have any siege yet, so they're going to be pretty useless without siege.
Duzzles is getting ready. I like his city there, his cap. He has nice positioning of the buildings. Like everybody, I mean, the wall, the Senate wall, everything. 2 towers. I mean, a tower and a watchout. So even though he's not milled too, he is anticipating an attack.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, it seems like he would rather go for a defensive approach here.
And it might be risky, but I do feel like there is an opportunity here for Wolf, if he realizes it, to come in and retreat and then triple from the side. And then all 3 PLA players could probably attack, whereas AS don't have the same luxury. So PLA with maybe a slight, territorial advantage here, with the flexibility of what they could choose to do. Although, if Spain does that though, he's got to be quick. He can't run away forever. That'll be a quick ticket to losing his capital of his own.
Okay, let's see. All right, so it seems like let's see. I'm slightly ahead, but yeah, Senator for both Lakota players. Nothing wrong with that. And the siege coming in, so they're gonna start to siege. I feel like Old Cat went for his move too early. He had time to boom up a little bit more before he because he went Senator as well, but his eco is clearly aimed at 100, so that's a bit odd. He could have went Despot, but I mean, or he could have built up his eco a bit more before starting to commit to this. He had time, but that's a small mistake.
And I feel like Duzzles, once he realizes this, he'd be well placed to put some buildings in front of his cap just to kind of provide a further buffer, maybe frustrate. I mean, he's got a nice wall though, like you said. He just has to be careful because, I mean, if he can find out what's coming, and he can actually see it now, I think. You can see some of the militia. If he knows what's coming, he needs to take serious action very, very quickly. And he needs help from Spyrodon too. And Spyrodon's cities, there's not enough space to build buildings. These what do you call them? The rocks preventing building places.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like real estate's at a premium here. And Spyrodon has had to cross this river to reinforce.
Also, Spyrodon only has 2 units on the battlefield right now, so in that regard, Old Cat is doing fine. Big militia pull by Duzzles.
Yep.
It's a good move because you don't want to be too late with that.
Yep. This is it. This is what it comes down to. So the Soul guys
there
are
we
walking
go.
in. They're coming in with all militia. They're aiming to get this cap sack. That's first and foremost the aim here. Heap of units. Wow, this is really hard to tell. So many units going at it. Nice tower, nice watchtower here, helping bolster that capital and prevent the cap sack going down. PLA guys need to get their units close as possible here, while also getting the kills if they hope to get this cap sack down. But at the moment, this is really nice hold here by AS. Are AS going to hold it though? All the militia are getting pulled, and this is the capital cap sack does go down. Wow.
That's devastating, man. I mean, it's gonna be hard to hold. It's a Lakota player as well that got a blunder, so he can just spam units now. He has 2 barracks, only 1 stable, but I mean, bro, it's all good. Just spam units.
Spam units, exactly right. And I mean, this capital is in such a hard position to retake too. I mean,
full militia pull.
Full militia pull by PLA. No,
I guess Jatin is the best at saying those words.
He is very good. I don't think we'll ever come close to his level of legendary militia
far
pull.
ahead of the curve.
But
yeah, I don't know, man. Like Spyrodon wasn't really ready. He has a decent eco, plus 130, plus 140, and he's starting to pump out a lot of units, but it's slightly too late, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a nice eco, like you said, but yeah, just that trade-off. And I just feel like the terrain played in PLA's favor. They took full advantage. They knew that this river's here. There's literally no real estate that Spyrodon could have built, and he probably wanted to build it in the city to get the the caravan gold as well. Just a little bit late in the reactions, but I mean, maybe they misunderestimated PLA's resolve here. I mean, Old Cat was literally preparing his militia like 5 minutes ago, just sitting there sharpening their pitchforks, getting ready.
And if you look at him now, in fact, he pulled even more militia, and he is reinforcing some villagers only just now. But yeah, he pulled all his militia. He had a plus 30 economy at one point.
Oh my god, yeah. He's just...
But it seems like it was worth it though.
I mean, this is literally, look, he's repairing it too. So is that, I don't know who's
a really
it,
good support player, man.
Yeah. I mean, he could turn all his militia and start repairing if he wanted to. But I mean, 71% assimilated, and the fact remains that, if you look at the other side, Eat the Pear is so much quarantined on this side of the map, he's got no hope of getting anywhere close to help out. So it literally comes down to Spyrodon, and let's be real here. Spyrodon has not a snowflake's chance in hell of capturing this city back, because Old Cat has just been spamming militia, man. He's not holding back at all. He's literally like, no, you are not retaking this cap. And they know that if they can hold this for another 2 minutes 30, they'll be going through to potentially to the next round in the Super 16 for the final qualifier.
Yeah, I think Soul should have this city on lockdown. He could get a castle if he wanted to, even so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has assimilated now, so be interesting to see what he does. And I mean, I know that they're in such a strong position here, but I do feel like this is a classic case where you don't want to get overconfident. You want to build all the towers, you want to build the castles, do whatever it takes, hold this city, and your tournament is going to progress. And he's building that fort right now, so I like to see that. If he can get that fort up, they've almost got one hand on the ticket to the next round.
One leg in the championships.
Exactly, and you can see that Wolf is coming across now as well. They are not leaving anything to chance here.
Yo, Wolf is like, not on my watch.
I don't know if if this is a victory dance or if it's just overly cautious.
Man, I don't know what the Bear should do even. I mean, he's H3 now. He's in a good spot economically and all that, but his team is already dead pretty much. And yeah, like what the hell do you do from here? There's not enough time.
Yeah, this is dare I say it, it's almost like checkmate, but they've got to do whatever they can. I mean, I don't know what levers they can pull here. There's not a lot they can really do, except I think Spyrodon's...
There's not a lot of leverage indeed.
He's got to get militia. He's got to think out of the box. I don't know, but
who was that? Sorry to interrupt. Who was that guy? Archimedes. He said, "Give me a lever, and I will lift the world up," or something. You know that saying, or doesn't it?
I think I know what you mean, but I can't remember what the quote is. I feel like it's close.
Yeah, he was saying like, give me leverage and I can lift heavy weights. That was basically the... But anyway, that's neither here or there. Let's move on.
I was thinking of another quote. This probably doesn't really fit the context, but there was a famous king who was all-powerful. He was the king of the Nordic, I believe. And he basically got so used to ordering everything what to do that one time he was sitting on the beach and the tide was coming up and it was coming up close to his feet. So he ordered the tide to go down.
Yeah.
And it was just proving that, not even the most powerful king in the lands can control the tide.
I bet he was salty.
So I feel like Spyrodon's saying right now he's commanding that PLA retreat.
Oh wait. Wait, Spyrodon he still has some fangs. He's going for Napata,
Oh, yeah.
but he doesn't have much army.
Ooh, look at that PLA playing very well. And
Two towers there. It's really nice. That anticipation that this might happen. Very good game sense by Old Cat.
And this lookout as well. I mean, did you know that the lookout also bolsters the ability to defend against units?
No, I didn't. Wow.
Wow, you said that with a straight face. Well done.
No, I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but still, that's like, it's interesting. Actually, I did some tests yesterday for fun, and a watchtower makes a city. You need 3 units to capture it as opposed to 1 unit. So.
Whoa, that's actually a big ass difference.
Yeah, just a tip for new players. Watchtowers in the city help a lot, especially if you're trying to stop them getting a cap sack or.
And yeah, temple should be a no-brainer on your cap, which Old Cat doesn't have. But that's just a small little detail for the noobs out there.
He might not have enough wood. He's got 30.
I mean, yeah, he went super aggressive early on, so I don't blame him.
Actually, you know what? He hasn't even got science yet. So.
Oh yeah, there's no temple then.
I mean, but I mean, it just shows that PLA came with a lot of purpose and a lot of intent here. And basically, skip science. Oh, I can see in the chat, Angelo's actually just said, Old Cat said he dropped and he got replaced by AI later in the game. Okay, so if he was replaced by AI, I feel like that would have been after he built these 2 towers, because I don't see the AI building towers like that.
Yeah, but right now he's just standing still with all his units, so I guess he's AI at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not doing anything.
So,
but yeah.
Does that mean?
By the way, Duzzles is dead. We forgot to mention it.
Yeah. Let's take a second. Let's say a few words for Duzzles.
Light a candle.
Yeah, poor Duzzles, man. He played a great tournament so far. That's his last action. Unless AS can turn it around here, and the AI getting replaced, maybe that gives AS a chance. They're no longer a 2v3, they're a 2v2 plus an AI on the background, which is probably not going to be too useful.
Yeah,
but
PLA has Hanging Gardens and Colossus though, so yeah.
Yeah. That's very nice.
Look at where Wolf went to. He went for Beijing, and I like it because Beijing is a much easier target.
Yeah, I'm lost my bearings for a second.
It's on the bottom for AS, the Red City.
Yep. Yeah, that's nice. That's going to definitely cause further angst to Spyrodon here.
More chaos.
He's literally got 1 city on the bottom right and the top left. Hard to reinforce your other city when you've got to cross all this middle ground with towers, mountains, castles. Yeah, it's not good.
This does kind of give Iteper an opening for Madrid, but I think Wolf is trying to get back in time now.
Yeah, you can see it looks like Dave, sorry, in the chat, it looks like Hockey Star has corrected us. He said the quote was, "Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world."
Hashtag Archimedes. Yeah, thank you guys.
And that's so true.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a crowbar and you're trying to lift a heavy rock, it's amazing what you can achieve with a lever. So.
Yeah. So I bet that I was making a wonderful point.
Yeah.
But I forgot what my point was, so...
What was your point? I mean, what were we talking about?
Something with the lever. I mean, I guess PLA had a crowbar or something.
I think I said
and they lifted.
That's right. I said Angelo, he needs to pull any levers he can right now. And
yeah, and that activated the Archimedes in me.
Oh my god. See, everyone who's watching this right now will walk away smarter for more reasons than one. And they'll be armed with some nice quotes too. So.
And we learned about salt, something about hypertension.
We learned about salt, we learned about COVID-19, we learned about marketing and what not to say when your marketing manager is watching the stream.
Yeah. Yeah. And moderation is key with salt, apparently. In the chat. But anyway, like, yeah, like... Itapera is trying there.
Yeah, he's trying his best. Sorry, I need one sec. Yeah, sorry, I just had to pause for a second, but
No problem, no problem.
all good now. I'm at 24 minute and 30 seconds.
Serge is commenting on my big nose, and in fact that's my complex, so thanks, man. Brings up memories.
It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Where's the do you think, is there anything that AS could do here differently in the middle of this game that could have possibly
right now that could save it? Well, I think Itapera is doing it right now. There's no castle behind Madrid, but that attrition, damn, like small things like that. If he had a supply wagon right now, he would have been actually able to push it maybe. And he has no siege left, so yeah. I mean, he has a good army, a lot of archers, but nothing to push with. That's a bit sad.
Yeah.
And even Spartan is doing kind of fine. His eco is obviously dead. But I don't know, man. Literally, only chance is, I guess, to take Madrid somehow, and maybe for Itapera to become strong enough to play 1v2 while Spartan raids or something. Because damn, if you look at Itapera, actually he has a pretty sick economy, dude.
Yeah, he's playing. He's definitely played as.
He's ahead of everyone, I think.
I think he's got to be
ahead of it.
He's got to be a contender for rookie of the tournament so far. I mean, regardless of how this plays out, it doesn't look good for AS. Let's be real. But I mean, to be honest, I hadn't really heard of him before. Saw him in a couple of videos, like those training tutorial videos that Chatton was putting up.
He was shit back then. Right now he's actually he can play with us. He could play with us right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got so good so fast, but it's good for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Spiridon trying to survive with all his might.
Yeah, he's trying his best. But yeah, his eco, look at his eco. He's got 10 food, 10 wood, 10 metal, and 22 wealth. I don't even know how he's got an army at the moment. But yeah, he's trying to build a castle, but I guess the fact that they're against AI, they're still playing on because they know that Itapere's probably wanting to try and capture this cap, and if he can get Colossus, this could be the greatest comeback of all time.
Yeah, it's basically all eyes on Itapera. He's the only one that can make something happen for AS. And look at the Spanish player. Look at his economy. He's actually in a very tough spot, man. I don't know how this happened, but I guess he did a militia pool to defend while we were not looking. And meanwhile, Itapera is at 200 eco pretty much. He's just spamming units. I think he should be able to get Madrid in the end. But man, how do you keep losing your sieges, dude? It shouldn't be happening. What the hell?
That's a lot of siege gone, and yeah, it's just really frustrating.
Time gone, yeah? That's the most.
And I mean, if Wolf can repair his city again, like, it's just so frustrating to have to try and reduce it. And his elephants...
It's kind of a funny game, like, even Soul can't finish his opponent.
Yeah. And,
while he should be able to.
And Soul's eco is fine, but I mean, fair play to Spiridon. Like, he's literally doing everything he can to defer and delay and, you know, attract the attention. Because there is there is a window, there is a path to victory. It's a very tough path, but in theory, if Eat the Pair could somehow capture Madrid, and assuming he doesn't have Forbidden City, which I haven't really checked. Oh no, there is a Forbidden City at the back there by Seoul. So if he could somehow capture that, capture the Colossus, maybe there's a way to make it work.
Also, don't forget the fact that Eat the Pair, he's close to gunpowder, and I think he really should focus on getting Madrid right now. Madrid is the key to victory for AS if they still have a chance. If Eat the Pair captures Madrid with Colossus, he will be gunpowder, and Wolf will be dead. And after he kills Wolf, he will be able to kill Soul for sure in a 1v1, and the AI is just secondary.
Yeah, exactly right. And the AI is
Actually,
AI's economy is not going too bad. He's got 70 wood, but AI really needs to pick up his game. Yeah, needs to spam more citizens and spam more wonders. That's what the AI is good at. It's just building every single wonder.
I don't know if like Jatin's saying he's feeling bad for PLA, okay, for the drop, but I mean, Eat the Pair, I think he kind of wasted a couple of opportunities on Madrid. But there's still a chance. I still see a chance for AS.
It's kind of nice
somehow.
I mean, the PLA guys, when Old Cat dropped, surely they would have known that if they really wanted to, they probably could have just rematched and played it again. But the fact that they've chosen to go with replace with AI, which basically removes their right to rematch, I suspect that they kind of already knew they'd won, or felt like they were going to win regardless. But yeah, it's not good for them. I'm sure they would have liked to have finished this as a team. Fortunately, Duzzles is already out of this as well.
Old Cat probably, watching broadcast, biting his nails.
Yeah, he's like, he missed all this because his internet blacked out.
Yeah.
Cheering on his AI right now.
Yeah, Eat the Pair aging to gunpowder. This is starting to get dangerous. Because, yeah, those elephants in gunpowder age, that's really something else. And finally, with the cannon upgrades, I think he shouldn't have a problem of killing Wolf in the end. And, yeah.
Yeah, I think once he ages here, there shouldn't be too much resistance. And I mean, whether he goes for the second city or the top city, I think he's got to make a bold move here and just go for the cap. Because
I think so as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's almost like a lost cause, but you got to go for the move which has the highest chance of winning the game, right? And I feel like here you got to nab the Colossus somehow. Or you can see that the AI is coming in here, the unsung hero with the javelin ears. You can tell it's an AI because he's building light infantry. nice support play here by Old Cat's AI. Well done.
I mean, he's trying. It's trying.
I mean, is that a real thing? I haven't really done the math, but are light infantry good against elephants? I heard someone say that they're pretty.
No, I don't know. I don't think they're any good against elephants, but who knows? Okay, Seoul massing up army. Let's see. I think he should be able to get the cap there very soon.
Yeah, it's taking out this tower. Not a great deal of units, 7 units behind. His eco is still terrible. Yeah, Eat the Pair needs to go ASAP. Yeah, they're in a tough spot. Like, it's kind of like I want them to do something, but they can't really do anything. They just don't have levers to pull.
No.
Where's Archimedes when you need him?
Yeah. So it's a pair gunpowder, and we were right. He's focusing his attention on Madrid again. He has 3 Ooh, that was...
Oh, he's going in for the cap. Big march here. And it looks like he should have enough units here to capture this. Oh, and he's eliminated. He's eliminated Spyrodon. That was
Damn, that's brutal.
Oh, damn.
And now, run, Soul, run to your ally, run.
Soul can take his victory lap now. Look at that eco. It's a very nice Lakota eco right there. And yeah, I feel like he hit the page.
Man, I feel like AS could have won this. Like, he could have captured Madrid. He could have snowballed this into a victory, I feel like. And I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, no.
But, I mean, it's very hard to pull off, of course.
Yeah, it was an avenue that they could have taken to win, but...
It was a very narrow road to victory, but yeah, it didn't happen in the end.
And the thing as well is that you notice in game 2 and 3, PLA pulled out Soul and Wolf on the same team. And I feel like they've pretty much played as MVPs in both games. Well, especially Soul. Like, Soul has really showed himself to be one of the best players across all PLA teams, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
You can see that
I didn't expect this. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Spain's just reached gunpowder age too, so...
Oh yeah, this is all good.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say that I'm really surprised by this, because in my books, kind of, PLA still was kind of an inter-high team, but I mean, they beat AS, and AS has really solid players, so I almost want to play against PLA to really test them a bit, to see if AS just did something wrong, or if PLA is really that great. Yeah, it was awesome. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, they really took the initiative. I mean, they weren't afraid to take the initiative, and that's what I like so much about PLA. Well, AS as well, but I don't know. It just worked out for PLA somehow.
Yeah, no, that was really well played. I think PLA are a bit of a dark horse moving forward. I mean, if they strut out their lineup of Wolf, Soul, Old Cat in a 3v3 format, I feel like they have the potential to upset even the big dogs. Like, I can't see them necessarily falling. They're not going to be easy prey for anyone. So the next team that they'll play against will be, I believe it'll be a rematch of their initial game, which was PLA KungFu.
PLA again, right?
Yeah, versus the other PLA Pandas. So I'll bring that up on the stream so you can see. Let's bring up the bracket.
Yeah, Pandas is Monkey, HLP, King.
And that's going to be a good game though, because they lost last time, and that was a really nice win for King and Monkey and so on. But the thing was, in that game, they were playing against like HH and Venator, and I've never really heard of either of them. So I feel like if they swap HH and Venator for Soul and for Wolf, I don't know, man. I'm pretty big on the PLA KungFu bandwagon right now.
I'm also on it, riding with you, because they played very well just now. Yeah. Pandas, it's hard to tell because they did play against EL, so can't really shit on them for losing to AL. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Which PLA team is gonna win in the end?
Yeah, no, exactly right. And if we have a quick look at the bracket, what's coming up soon? Do we have any games scheduled to be casted next?
Not immediately, but I know that I think that AZ versus Eurolat, AZ Hunters versus Eurolat might be finished.
Yeah,
So I think it might be ready to be cast. And for the other games, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Or was it AZ Wolves against Lat Raiders? Probably that. But yeah, correct me, Jet, if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think they're all close to getting getting done.
Yeah.
So no doubt we'll be bringing some more games to you guys very soon. And then, we'll see PLA Pandas versus PLA KungFu in due course for that final position in the round of 8. And just so everyone knows, the way that the round of 8 will work is each of the group winners here, so we've got PN5 and EL, congratulations by the way, will both go through to, as the top seeds. Basically, the 4 group winners will be split in the brackets in the round of 8, and then they'll be joined by the 4 runners-up from the group who basically win 2 games and lost 1. And the only thing that will separate them is the same 2 teams who are in the groups together cannot be drawn with each other. So that means that, for example, for you guys, PN5 can't join AZ Wolves or
if they win,
or Lat Raiders if they win.
Yeah.
So
okay, I get it.
So I mean, the biggest thing, probably a big talking point, is I guess depending on how Group 3 goes, if Tough Alpha is one of the top seeds end up making it through, that means that they're going to get paired up against a group winner like PN5 or EL in the quarterfinals. So obviously they have to come through the mighty Cron to get there, so we'll have to wait and see. We haven't played that game, by the way, so that's completely...
Wait, you're AC Hunters.
Yeah,
okay, you still have to play against Lat Euro then.
We still have to play against Lat Euro, so that hasn't...
All right.
That's been delayed because, unfortunately there's been some work schedules for both teams, which is not working out.
Yeah.
But within the next day or 2, that should be done, hopefully. And we should be able to wrap up the group stage within the next week to 2 weeks, I'd say. So.
Oh yeah, it's almost coming to a close. The Super 16, which means the championships playoffs are almost starting. It's exciting for the watchers, exciting for the players. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, and I don't know if the PLA guys can speak English well enough to do a post-match interview. But if anyone is out there right now and really wants to do a post-game interview, please say something in the chat quickly, and we might be able to patch you in. Otherwise, I think, if we give it like a minute, I think we might call it a stream there.
Yeah, sounds good.
What's on the agenda for ProLays for the rest of what's the time? The evening?
Nothing much right now. It's 17:50. So might make some food, but it's Sunday, lazy Sunday, sun is shining.
Are you going to go
and I'm alive.
You're alive, which is good. We're both alive, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, we are communicating.
It's a nice thing to
We are able to talk to each other through the internet. It's 2020.
Exactly. And I think we still have free will. I mean, if we want to, we can both go down to the shops and buy every single packet of salt that we want to and start.
Every toilet paper we want.
Can you get toilet rolls there in the shops, or is it all sold out?
I there's less of them. I'm not gonna lie, but I was able to buy a good 6-pack.
Nice.
So I should be fine for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's like an underground trading of toilet paper here in Australia right now. Apparently there's criminal gangs actually going out and robbing shops to try and...
I heard about that.
Yeah. So, it's chaos, but thankfully, I already had a 24 pack in the cupboard before all this craziness went down. So.
Oh, you already were hoarding before even the coronavirus.
That's just...
You damn bastard.
That's just smart thinking. I just couldn't be bothered buying it more.
Well, you have an excuse because you have a kid, I guess. I don't know. Somehow that makes up for an excuse to hoard, I think. Because you have a family to look out for, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Even though you don't use toilet paper on babies, you have to use baby wipes. But I'll still use that as an excuse. I don't care. I'll just say, it's for the kid.
Yeah,
it's for the kid,
I have a family of 5.
Don't judge. Don't judge. All right. Well, I think I don't think we're going to get a post-match interview here, so let's call it a cast there. Thanks again for coming on, ProLays. It's been good.
Oh, my pleasure.
Awesome games watching this. Well played to AS and extra well played to PLA KungFu. Look forward to seeing more games and take care, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.